But I want you to remember one thing. You should be making more money while you sleep than you can spend while you're awake. Isn't that such a great idea? Like, honestly, like how I want you to imagine that was your life. I want you to feel this. You should be making more money while you sleep than you could spend while you're awake. This isn't a slogan. This is who you are. You are hardwired for enormous success. Now, money is the easiest thing to earn once you understand it. Now, I didn't understand it. That's why I was struggling for 3 years. 98% of the population is struggling. Now, why are they struggling? Because at a young age, we've never been taught the rules of money. One of the rules when I changed my relationship to money and started earning at a much higher clip, and I mean, like when I say much higher, it was like Napoleon Hill said, when money comes, it comes fast and furious. You were always wondering where it was in those lean years. But what changed for me is I decided that I was going to earn a lot of money. And that's what I want you to do right now. I want you to decide that you're not going to be a slave to money, but I want you to disconnect from the money. And I want you to really connect to the impact, really connect to your potential, really connect to how powerful your subconscious mind is. Now, I want this to be the actual standard of who you are. Every standard of every wealthy person I've ever met on this planet is the standard is the standard is the standard. Now, money's just a report card of the service you're rendering. So I don't want you to focus on the money, but I want you to change your philosophy around money. I want you to be the person that normalizes wealth, that you expect wealth to come into your life. And this is the reason most people will work for 40 years and are always tired. They literally die tired. They literally die with their dreams in their heart. Because here's the truth nobody told you. The wealthy and the poor sleep the same number of hours. They both close their eyes around 11. They both wake up around 6. The only difference is that one of them gets paid for those 8 hours. The other one is trading their time for money. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. I'm going to deconstruct what I built, what every world-class earner I know has built to flip that switch in your life. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. This is going to be so simple. And by the end of this video, if you do what I suggest, money is going to start showing up in avalanches of abundance for you in your life from rooms you weren't standing in, from people you've never met, from offers you didn't personally close. That's called leverage. A quick word before I get in. I am not special. I'm just running a different identity. I'm running a different structure. The same structure I'm about to give you. 3 pieces. Now let's go with piece number 1, the wealth identity. You are not paid for what you do. You're paid for who you are. I want you to write that down. I want you to look at what you're currently earning right now. That is giving us the data of your past. Now, we don't emotionalize it. We say, okay, this is the starting point of where I am, and this is where I want to be. Now, most people will hear what I just said and nod, and they'll keep trying to fix their income with a new strategy, a new tactic. The strategy is not your problem. The identity is the problem. My problem was my identity. I had to change who I was. There is something invisible inside of the human mind, and I call it the wealth thermostat. I've studied this thousands of different ways. It's the financial set point your subconscious mind will defend with everything it has. Even though it's not what you want, it's what you've been naturally giving it. And your subconscious is always giving you back what you've been giving it. If your set point is at $10,000 a month and suddenly you have a $50,000 month, your subconscious will create a crisis, a bad investment, a surprise expense, a tire blowing up in your car, anything to bring you back to your $10,000 normal. And on the other side of it, if your set point is at $500,000 a month and you have a slow month, your subconscious will not let you sleep. It will drive action, ideas, offers, conversations until that number is back where it belongs. Your subconscious doesn't care if you're rich or poor. It only cares if you're at your standard. And that means if you want to earn more money while you sleep, the first thing you have to change is not what you do during the day. It's who you are when your head hits the pillow. You have to become the kind of person that money flows to naturally. Now, quick check-in. If you're feeling this, and I know some of you just had something move in your chest, drop the words wealth identity in the comments right now. Why? Because I want to know who's actually awake. because those first few minutes will change your life. Not just consuming another video. I want you to be awake. I want you to change your life. Here's your first prescription. I want you to write down this sentence and read it 5 times tonight before bed and 5 times in the morning when you wake up. I am the man or the woman who naturally creates wealth. Money naturally flows towards me. I do not chase it. It is my identity. It is my standard. It is who I am. Read that until it stops feeling foreign. The wealth identity has to be installed at a deep subconscious level before any of this works. But here's where most people stop. They go to the seminar, they buy the book, they install the new identity, and then nothing changes. Why? Because they didn't build the next piece. Piece number 2, the sleeping salesman. Identity without infrastructure is fantasy. You can have the most beautiful, expanded, world-class identity, and if there's nothing in your life that sells when you're not in the room, you're still trading your hours for dollars. I don't want that for you. I want you to build leverage. Leverage creates freedom. You're just doing it with better self-talk. Now, language is super important because I want you to speak wealthy words. I want you to have wealthy actions, but I want you to build your life around systems. Systems and standards are more important than our goals. This is what you have to build. You have to build what I call the sleeping salesman. The sleeping salesman is anything in your business, anything in your life that produces money without your physical presence. A course someone can buy at 2 a.m. from Australia. A book on Amazon that someone in Dubai picks up while you're in REM sleep. A membership site that bills the first of every month while you're at dinner with your family. A sales team trained in your voice that closes deals on Tuesday morning while you're recording a podcast. A YouTube channel that runs ads on a video you posted 2 years ago. A property that pays rent on the first of the month. See, I'm giving you all these opportunities. If you don't have at least one of these, at least one, you don't have a wealth structure. So I want you to look at your structure, and first thing is we have to decide how much money you're going to earn. I don't want anyone to limit your income. And the truth is, the only reason people limit your income is because you've allowed that. See, I want you to decide who you're going to be and who you're not going to be. There's a big difference with decision. When I started, I had none of these. I remember the first event that I ever did was at a public library. I had 3 people show up, and the investment was $100. And I literally had $100 in my wallet, so I had 3 times more money doing this event, even though there was only 3 people, than I had in my wallet. I had 0 sleeping salesmen. Today, I have conservatively so many different things selling while I sleep. You don't need as many as I do, but you need to do one at a time. I built it one at a time. You get one, then you build the 2. Then you get 2 really rocking, then you build the 3. By Friday, I want to challenge you to identify one thing in your business, in your life, if you don't have a business, that could be automated, that can be really sold or delegated so it sells when you're not there. Just one. Don't try to build the whole machine. Build the first piece. If you sell a service, an idea or product, turn it into a cash-making opportunity that's going to transform someone's life. If you sell a course, build a sales team to close it. If you sell a product, build a recurring version of you. If you have a list, build an automated email sequence that sells to that list every single day. One sleeping salesman at a time. By Friday, that's your assignment. Now, some of you are not going to do it. You're probably thinking, well, I have no ideas. Well, how do you know? You got to get pen to paper. Start thinking. We've got to think. We've got to stop screwing around with our life and really start deciding who we're going to be. Now, I will tell you this. You can have a lot of the identity-based behaviors, but you have to have the structure. But understand that's not the complete puzzle. There's one more piece, and this is a piece almost nobody talks about because most coaches don't understand it, but I do. Bob Proctor taught me this for 15 years, and it changes everything. Piece number 3, the subconscious command. You sleep roughly 8 hours a night. That's about 56 hours a week, around 240 hours a month, close to 3,000 hours a year. Yeah, I'm kind of geeking out with data. I'm a data person because the data never lies. The question is, what is your subconscious mind doing during those 3,000 hours? For most people, it's just rerunning the day. It's like the same day, same week, same month on autopilot, and then most people call it a life. It's really the same year for 50 years. So the argument, the bill, the fear, the shame, the thing your father said when you were 11, the marketing voice from Instagram, the news cycle, the disagreements you had with your spouse, the distractions, 3,000 hours of garbage, needle moving activities, needle moving language, needle moving decisions. And then people wake up and they wonder why their life looks the way it looks. Now listen to me carefully. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious mind, in the last 5 minutes before you fall asleep, your subconscious mind is working tirelessly on it all night long. Dr. Joseph Murphy taught this. Neville Goddard taught this. Napoleon Hill taught this. Bob Proctor taught this to me daily, directly. Your subconscious doesn't sleep. It works the entire 8 hours. The only question is, who's giving the instruction? Is it from the outside? Is it from worry, doubt, and fear? Or is it based on how you really want to live? Most people give instructions by accident. They're given it by scrolling on social media in bed, watching the news, worrying about the bill due tomorrow. So what happens? The last few minutes they're giving worry, doubt, and fear, and their subconscious is most active in the evening because the conscious mind is asleep. And all the subconscious is saying, my order was to bring more worry, doubt, and fear in your life. And it's replaying a conversation that already ended. The wealthy are so intentional. You have to create wealth by design. That's the only way wealth is created, by intentionality. But the wealthy, when I say it gives instructions on purpose, that's what it is. It is the same thing, rinse, repeat every night without negotiation. No matter where I am in the world, I will tirelessly give my subconscious instructions. Subconscious mind, while I'm falling asleep, this is my eternal truth. Then I give it my goal. And I say, when I wake up, I'm going to have the very best day of my life. Now I'm going to surrender it to you. Right before I close my eyes, 60 seconds, I speak this command slowly with feeling. And what do I say? I say to myself, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am earning my annual income as my monthly income, and I love it. And I say it 3 times. Why? Because your subconscious is impulsive. It loves repetition. But I don't stop there. I have a 30-second image that comes in my mind. I let myself feel it. I picture the bank account. I picture my client's transformation. I see all these testimonials coming in of how much I changed their life. I picture my family on vacation. I picture my team. I picture the impact. I let it become real. And I feel so much gratitude before I fall to sleep. And I feel so much pride. I'm so grateful for all the good that came into my life. And while I sleep, for 7 or 8 hours, my subconscious is tirelessly working on my behalf, arranging the people, the offers, the ideas, the conversations, the deals. It's working on 1,000 things at once. And when I wake up, the day already has gold in it because I planted it the night before. This is not woo-woo. This is not motivation. This is how the human mind has worked for 10,000 years. And the people who understand it are crushing their life. They're living the best version of themselves. So here's my direction for you tonight, not tomorrow, but tonight. When you brush your teeth, before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, before you do anything else, you're going to say this sentence 3 times slowly with feeling. I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning my annual income as my monthly income. This is what I want you to lock in, or more every month, and I love it. 3 times. I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning my annual income into my monthly income, and I love it. Slowly, with feeling. Then I want you to go to sleep. Do this for 30 nights and watch what happens to your life. You are creating a wealth consciousness. But I want a commitment from you right now. If you're committing to this for 30 days, that's 30 evenings, on the weekends, no matter how you feel, because remember, we don't let the feelings drive the standards, we let the standards drive the feeling. And if you're doing it tonight, no negotiation, I want you to drop this word, I am in. Once you speak it, now you commit to your subconscious mind and to me. Right now, before you forget, I want you to type that in because here's what I know. People who type it, do it because now you're on the hook. People who don't type it, don't do it. So type it and set yourself up to win. Now, let me bring this all together for you. When I said you should be making more money while you sleep than you spend while you're awake, what happens? Do you say, oh, this makes sense? Do you say, I don't know how to do it? Or do you say, I am going to figure out the way? I hope it's the latter because that is the standard. Until you commit, nothing's going to change. And the path to the standard is 3 pieces. Number 1, the wealth identity. you become the kind of person that money naturally flows to. Number 2, the sleeping salesman. You build at least one thing in your life that produces money without you. And number 3, the subconscious command. You give your mind instructions for the 8 hours it's working overnight. If you do all 3, not 1, not 2, but all 3, money in your sleep stops being a fantasy and starts being a forecast. This isn't theory. This is what every world-class earner I know runs. This is what I run. This is what my inner circle clients run. This is what is available to you. The question is, are you done screwing around? Are you done trading your hours for dollars? Are you done settling? Are you done letting the outside dictate what you're capable of? Are you done waking up tired, uninspired? If you are, I want you to do 3 things right now. 1, subscribe to this channel because the next video is going to be fire. I mean, it is going to take this even deeper. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a game changer. 2, go back and read the sentence I gave you, the wealth identity sentence. Read it 5 times right now, out loud if you can, with emotion. 3, set an alarm on your phone for tonight, right before bed, that says impress the wealth statement. So you don't forget, because forgetting is the difference between the people who change their lives and the people who watch videos about changing their lives. You're not the same person you were 15 minutes ago. Something hit you. The ideas work if you work the ideas. But I want you to remember one thing. You should be making more money while you sleep than you can spend while you're awake. Isn't that such a great idea? Like, honestly, like how I want you to imagine that was your life. Well, that's what I did. And remember, creation happens twice. Once in our mind and then in our physical reality. I want this for you. But understand, people are doing it every day. Somebody woke up this morning and they decided they were going to do that. And I may not even know that somebody. So why not you? Why not now? This isn't a goal. That's a standard. And your income will never exceed your standard. I'll see you in the next video.